Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. Satellarknight here, and I have a special treat for you guys today. That's right, I went to my local Yu-Gi-Oh store and decided to put my Satellarknights to the test. This first matchup is brought to you by me, obviously. Satellarknights versus what seems to be Naturia slash Stellarknight 60 card pile, something I haven't seen before. I win the die roll and I get to go first. I'll be talking throughout this video while you guys enjoy the content, and I'll explain anything that was complicated. I did go undefeated here in this whole event. Being that Satellarknights are not tier 1 yet, I did play some pretty good matchup, pretty talented duelists and pretty competitive decks. So one thing that I like about this tournament compared to my other one is the fact that I got to play Swiss rounds, which means that single elimination does not mean you don't get to play anymore and showcase your deck. So the guy that I'm playing against is a very talented duelist, although he has not played against the new Satellarknights, so he's not very familiar with the way they operate. So what I did essentially is one card combo went into the Neb and then summon Alteran. Typically you don't want to have Alteran in hand, but it's not the worst thing. So Liren triggers from hand, and there I go with my first XC summon, Caduceus. It's important to know that when you summon Liren and you already have Constellar Tellarknight spell card in hand, you kind of want to activate Caduceus' effect to add, if you can, add Skybridge. But in this case, I thought I'd take out the brick in Sheraton and go ahead and add another Constellar Tellarknights, because having this deck can, the infinite possibilities that it can make. And going, yeah, see, I already had Skybridge, which is why I didn't mind doing that. Because now when you go into an XC the second time around, you get to recycle Skybridge and Liren back to your hand for follow-up. So the possibilities of this deck is endless now, because man, it just does so much. It has the potential of FTKing, and it has the potential to set up pretty amazing boards despite Callie's unpopular belief. It's so here I go for my 5 summon Caduceus, and I'm praying he does not have a nib. That will hurt. The nib will hurt, but trust me, it's not the end of the game with nib. So M7 slaps on itself by stuff its effect, and I will go ahead and start looping. As you guys seen, the Mr. Apparent inconsistent turn skip that this deck is fully capable of. So he's reading this card in this belief. I just told him to go back to the bottom of the sentence where it says D-type 7. No, you don't draw, buddy. Put that back. But so it's essential that first time around you loop them out, right? And now you can properly start. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start poking, because remember, the downside of Tellarknights is you get to do the turn skip, I think 2 times, unless you have 3 copies of Altair, which I do. I can only do it twice. So Altair brings out the Neb will search, but then Alteran triggers. When Alteran comes out, you can only attack with XC monsters that are on the field, which is why you can only do small pokes unless you go into a full Tellarknight XCs, which you currently don't want to do, because the follow-up, you don't want to give your opponent that chance. So you want to have as much hand advantage as possible in order to keep advantage in a way. So here I go. You want to recycle M7 and another Skybridge for interruptions. So M7 pokes for 27, and then you get to, you can overlay technically Zeus on top of that and have a 7 negate Zeus. 3-time board clearing Zeus. So you go into again, and then you skip your opponent's turn, and this is where Matmac Circular, my boy Matmac, how I wish they wouldn't touch you. And essentially he scoops, because once you go Matmac combo, you don't go back. Now a lot of you have been asking me, will I take out Matmax now that Circular will be limited to 1 next week? The answer to that is no, because I still have Signet Mining, and Matmac Circular is still a 1-card combo starter. It kind of pivots a lot of people away, especially I like opening with it because people are expecting Circular Matmac combos, so they focus heavy counters on them, and then you kind of wear them out, and you bring out your main engine, which is your Satellarknights. So yeah, you can run Satellarknights without it, but I mean, I think that this is the best version of it. I am looking for a Chaos Angel. If anybody has Chaos Angel, can you guys hit me up on Instagram? I swear I have the worst luck of pulling that card. I swear I should make more videos about pulling it. Speaking of which, I hope you guys enjoyed my 1-year anniversary special opening. I think that was an amazing box crack of Duelist Alliance. The best one I've ever had this year, that's for sure. If not, please go back to that video and enjoy. As the side decking is completed, I want to make sure I take out the proper cards, because later on in this duel I do end up making a mistake that almost costs me my undefeated record. So obviously game 2 he decides to go first and ends up going the route of Tearlaments, which I was kind of not expecting at the time. I was kind of surprised that people were still playing Tearlaments, but he did apparently. So I go ahead and change role, and of course that bites. So I kind of tried to get him to bite on the 2 cards that I have in hand, and it works because he goes for the ones that I don't want him. I mean, that I do actually don't mind losing, because I can easily recycle. The other card, if it's too shiny, and I'm sorry that it is, maybe I can, you know, dim the lights a little bit on this video. It's actually a Bestial Magnemite, which I side in, but I kind of don't like the fact that I have that and I don't have the freaking what do you call it, the main guy, Chaos Angel. Yeah, so I kind of don't like that I have to run it, but it is what it is. Chaos Angel, man, such a good card. It's almost too bad, but it's okay. I mean, by the time I get it, I'll probably have it next format. Deck spacing is tight for this, but because every card plays a role, you definitely, I mean, for game 2, for game 2, this is what I do. I take out my Mathmech engine, because it works better going first. Going second, it's a lot more to set up. So I take those out, and then I put all the the Dark Rulers, the Kira. I can do a deck profile again, but I mean, it hasn't changed much, if any. It's still the same deck. So I will do one post the ban list, just to see if I'm making any actual changes. Maybe throw some Shadal cards in there. I don't know, man. I feel like the moment I get to enjoy something, it's like being taken away from me. I mean, what am I complaining about? This guy's playing Naturia, and soon he has to say goodbye to the spell card, and then the trap card as well is gonna get hit. So thinking of the play that he's gonna go for here, I think this is very unfortunate, because if I don't like the way that I lost here. I think if I opened, I mean, obviously, right, if I opened any better, I would win, but this is so horrible. Like, I did not get to pull any Satellarknights, which was frustrating. So you live and learn. So I don't know, maybe I should keep a Mathmech engine, because that could get me going still. Yeah, I just keep going second cards, and he's not really, it's not like really something I can interact with at the moment. A lot of these games that I played actually went to 3 games. Most of it was my fault. I did not really think things through, but you know, it's not unlike Master Duel and stuff like that, which I'm enjoying and I can make more content about. This is actually something you have to think about yourself. Yeah, because it won't remind you, oh hey, do you want to trigger this effect? So he paid his cost, obviously, to bring out to use Cricket to bring out the flower thing. I forget his name. And then here I play Imperm. Yep, it's the correct move, but this is game, because he kept poking. I cannot believe I lost to that. But yeah, pretty bad brick. But the turn skip is consistent, and it does work wonders. I mean, like I said, if any other deck had that, it would be branded tier 1 deck, you know, but mine is underdog, which is fine at this point. You know, I love not being that popular and then my deck just ends up clapping all over the place, clapping cheeks left and right. Am I allowed to say that on this channel? Are there any kids watching? Kids, please don't watch this channel. All right, go watch Cali Effect. Just kidding. It's funny, he did make a Sword Soul deck, which I ended up playing against. Did pretty well. Oh, now that I have this angle, did he put in Super Poly? No, he took it out. Okay. Took out the Super Poly. Why? Because he probably can't use anything with it. Alright, so game 3, I obviously decided to go first, give that good old-fashioned power shuffle, which has treated me so well recently. And I'm really excited to see what, because in his head right now, this deck is solely an FTK deck. That's the only thing that I can set up, and I cannot do anything more than that. So I am here to prove him otherwise. And here's what I'm trying to tell you guys. While you can go for that potential turn skip, you don't want to overcommit. Unless you have something to fall back on, the turn skip is pretty bad. Speaking of pretty bad, the shit that I drew, okay? If he would have impermed this, I would have been dead. But because he didn't, I was able to add the spell card that I desperately needed. I did not have any plays. Like, yeah, I had to, oh man. Why is Sheraton a beast? And why is Sheraton a level 3? Can I please have an explanation for that? So I go into my best XC in the deck, and this gets my combos going. So now I have a useless Sheraton, which is a-okay. Now I have to make an important decision. I don't want to stop here, and I definitely want to keep playing. So I need to banish a card that will make the most impact. So I think I choose Unukalai, which will send Alteran to the grave. That way, when I overlay M7, Alteran becomes live. So Alteran comes back to the field. That is fine. And now I get to overlay again for Deltaros. And Deltaros will get my combos going. Thank goodness for that spell card. That spell card is amazing, and Deltaros is a true MVP. I do need to get a rarity bump in this as well. I feel like I'm lacking. So Deltaros gets, let's see. Do I choose the nap? I think I changed my mind. Yeah, there you go. Because I want to loop in Deltaros again. So Alteran brings Deltaros, and this is where your plays start to happen. So you go into Link 2, you want to get Alteran. I would have gotten Alteran. What am I saying? I would have. This is me playing. Anyway, you go into Isolde, which thankfully I didn't draw the Living Fossil. So you go Deltaros Chainlink 1, important, and Isolde Chainlink 2. You want to chain block because Deltaros is the important one. And Isolde will send the Living Fossil. No, wait. First I'm adding. Obviously, yeah. So I'm adding off Isolde. And then it'll send Living Fossil and then bring out the other brick with your Infernoble. So now that those two are on the field, Living Fossil comes back to hand, and I am free to go into, deviate to my MatMech engine. So, MatMech engine, man, it's so good. So in order for MatMech engine to work, you need, I counted 9 cards. You need 3 circulars, 1, and then 2 of the other ones. You guys will Lambda or whatever the names are. So basically you get Superfactorial to your hand, and now you tribute that and bring out the other one, Diameter. So now you basically went through your MatMech engine, and you're still free to play. Here I go into Gaga Magician, and I detach. You want to bring Deltaros back into play again. So I could have went a route where I could have used Deltaros' effect again, but I chose to kind of stay the strong route and keep Deltaros on the field. Unfortunately, I did not want to use it as a link. If you go link again, you can bring out another level 4, but because Sheraton is a useless level 3, I couldn't do anything. So Caduceus is in, and you link away into your 4 negate Appaloosa, and then you go into 2, and you bring out Utopic Draco Future. And you send your Super Factorial, and I think I have an Imperm and a Drolan Lockbird in hand. So now goes my opponent's turn. What you want to do is you want to save the Utopic Future to the end in case Appaloosa triggers, which... So technically this is, I made the right moves here, because on activation, and I was doubting this, but I'm glad that I bid for it, because his field spell will still resolve. But I get to bring out an Omni Negate onto the field. I thought initially I went too early, but the fact that I was able to go into my Lamplation and get to send a card from hand, and it was such... He added Fenrir, and check this out, guys. The luck was on my side for sure. I'm like, I choose Fenrir. So he gets to shuffle, lay down all his cards, and I picked that one. And of course, it's the one Fenrir. The guy's in disbelief. So Omni Negate, 5 monster effect negators, Imperm set. I mean, he needs a miracle. So here is where you activate. Yeah, you don't want to use up your Utopic. He activates Talents, and with Lamplation, you Omni Negate the Talents, man. It's such a clutch card. And that's game, guys. He could not recover from that. I still have multiple negates, and next turn is just swing away. So, great duel, great result. I love what this deck is capable of. It's going to hurt with Circular out, but let's move on to our next matchup here, and I think it will be against Sword Soul. And we are back to the second match. I took a little water break. My throat was getting a little dry. Put the kids to sleep, and here I am reviewing the second matchup. This one's a highly rated, according to dueling books, Sword Soul versus Satellarknights. When did I roll, or did I lose the die roll? I don't know. I thought I was looking at the screen. Turns out my brain was shut off and I was just hydroplaning all the way through. A lot of shuffling going on, a lot of back and forth. I don't know what's going on. I probably could have edited this part of the video out, but I thought, why not? Let's just talk through the whole thing. So, hey, that's a pretty nice map now that I take a look at it. Okay, I guess he gets to go first. I don't know the name of these guys. I'll call it the Golden Dragon. The Golden Dragon comes out onto the field. The Karate Monk comes out to the field. Then the Red Dragon, not to be confused, the Rose Dragon. And then the Yellow Dragon, the new, I think that's the Apple Dragon, the $14 one, special summons itself as well. Sword Soul. What experience do I have against this deck? I just know they're synchro monsters. I know they're focused on banish, and they're pretty strong. Still relevant in today's meta. I'll read the card for the 1000th time. I swear to God, I've seen this card played 1000 times, and I still forget its effects. Why? Because I have ADHD, and I can't focus on anything, and I have a short-term memory. Anyway, he adds the trap card to his hand, and I change Roll and Lockbird. No more draws for you there, buddy. How did Roll and Lockbird work for me? I was expecting Super Heavy Samurai. I did not see anything. Random Ecclesia obviously pops out of nowhere. Because why not? Extend to hell, my friend. And there goes Moye, I think that's it. And I got an Imperm from it, which I thought would be enough. But, I mean, you know, apparently Imperm is not enough because this guy drew everything and anything. He banishes the yellow chicken and adds the golden one back to his hand. And he synchros away again. Chaos Angel, which is kind of suspicious, but you know, he was just trying to showcase that he has one and I don't, even though I've been asking him for one. And I realized, and he realized, that he cannot go into Chaos Angel, which he'll catch on later. So yeah, extend for days. I already, like, I'm -2 already, and he's still playing. I feel like my cards just tickled him. So he brings out the, what do you call it? The other one, right? The one that banishes when you activate a monster effect. Where is he? Oh no, he brings out that one again. Okay, and now he's gonna go into the Draco, right? That's his name, Draco. Yeah, there. And now he's like, oh wait a minute, I cannot bring out Chaos Angel. And good thing he didn't, because I have nothing to counter Chaos Angel. That guy is way too strong for me and unaffected. I mean, I could have destroyed with Utopic Future, but there's no way I can get over it with that much. So he has a bunch of interruptions and a face down. All I need is evenly matched. Well, I do not main evenly matched because I am not a psychopath. So anyway, so he has all those cards, and I obviously cannot play through them because I did not open like a god that I usually do. But Circular, thought I would bait him out. So if you're losing, I mean, the strategy here is, I don't know, if I'm losing too hard, do I just reveal my whole hand or do I keep it a secret? I didn't think I wanted to go way too revealing, so I showed him the Matmech engine, which is what I'm hoping he falls for and thinks that's the only thing that I have. Yeah, just a Matmech and the Sakitama. Yeah, that's how you know it's bad, when you discard Super Factorial. What am I doing here? I should have just scooped and went to game 2. When he's summoned, yeah, I get to normal summon and then bring back from grave. Try to get him to bite. He doesn't. Whatever. Now he does. Sends it away. If he didn't have that trap card, it would have been nice. But that's game 1. Over faster than That thing finished faster than you did on Saturday night in high school. Oh boy, that was brutal. Okay, but luckily I am not sweating. I am not going to my extra deck because I did not get a chance to play properly. So I keep, going second, why would I switch anything out? Going first, why would I switch anything out? So I keep my deck the same. I have high faith in it, so might as well from this angle peek on what he's taking out. Honestly, I can't tell, this video is going too fast. Looks like it's taking a couple of monsters. Has Small World in there. That's whatever. Yeah, I do not play Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is not good in this format, in my opinion. It's not even good against Branded anymore. Give that good old-fashioned power shuffle. And see what I can pull off here. Even though I just dueled, I feel like I have a short-term memory loss, like I said, and I don't remember how I won this second one, let alone back-to-back. A lot of shuffling going on. I don't know how I feel about his sleeves. Okay, anyway, I get to go first. Do I open the God Hand? Do I open a Legendary Hand? Do I show off Silent Mining again? Yeah, see, this is why Mathematic Circular going to 1 is not a problem. You go Silent Mining, you discard a card. Ugh, Living Fossil, really? I drew into Living Fossil? That is, ugh. I hate it. It's not as bad as the Infernoble one. That's even worse. Now I think I get to show him. Oh no, still Sakitama. Okay, great. So here's where I open up plays. He's expecting the Matmech, but I give him the glorious new XC. God, I'm falling asleep. Can this duel go any faster? I don't think I'll showcase the third duel against Trap Tricks. If you guys want to see that, leave that in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to post that for you. But I think this is a long enough video. 35 minutes? Are you kidding me? Not even I had that kind of attention span. Yeah, so I go Caduceus here. Question is, what do I banish? What do I banish? Use your head. Do I banish anything that can help me here? Maybe Unukalai again? No, the Neb. Okay, so I banish the Neb, which gets me Lirin. Lirin special summons itself. Come on out. Lirin searches. Do I search Skybridge? Yes, I do. Why? Because I can get to recycle Skybridge. So Skybridge would give me Unukalai. Unukalai dumps. Yep, Alteran. Man, I'm such a G. I am glorious. Now I get to bring Skybridge back to my hand. I don't want to bring Alteran to hand. She's more valuable in the grave, given the fact that she just came out. Okay. Now I get to overlay. No. Do I have Constellar Knights? I should see the mistake I made here. I should have kept Alteran in grave. Because with Constellar Knights, I get to bring her out, but then she retains her. She's live in the grave, but now she's not. So I kind of wasted that, but it's okay. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you move on. Just don't make the same mistakes. But this opens up my plays because Deltaros is a G, and now I can keep going. Yeah, could have definitely been a better hand, but you know, it is what it is. You play the hand that you're given, which includes having Living Fossil in your hand. Not a once per turn, buddy. Yeah, Deltaros is cracked. You get Alteran out of the way. You want to bring out your Isolde. Isolde will be a chain link 2. That'll get you the warrior to your hand. And then Deltaros with summon. So what do I want to bring out with Deltaros? I want to make sure I have 5 in case I want to bring out Sirius. I don't in this case because I want to go with the Neb. The Neb will get me what? What am I searching with the Neb? Oh, follow up. Sure. And then this guy, Isolde, will give me something I cannot use. Yeah, just clarifying here. You can activate the Neb's effect because the original effect was not hers. It was through Caduceus. So I got follow up now, okay? That's the next turn skip, I guess, if I want to go for, or a quick rank 4. So here I go Magician, and I go for another Deltaros to bring it back. What do I go for here? Do I loop into Appaloosa? What's my play here? Yeah, I go Appaloosa for 3. And I bring out Sirius. Oh, Sirius. Okay, great. So he does come out. So I shuffle 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are shuffled, and I +1. I wonder what's that one card that I drew. Was it Droll and Lockbird? I don't know. Oh, it was Rhoda. Yeah, I top deck Rhoda. I forgot about that. Rhoda with the huge top deck. And the thing that I forgot is I have not normal summoned yet. Isn't it crazy that we're in the year 2023 and Satellarknights no longer need to be normal summoned to activate their effects? So you go Vega and then you summon Altair, and now you can keep playing. Now you go into your Matmech engine, and now you open up your plays. This is cracked. Super Factorial, 2-hand. You tribute it, you bring out. Yep. Keep going, baby. Keep going. And now you go into, I think I went into the generic rank 4 Ptolemaeus, which is fine because end phase I get to add a Satellarknight to it, and then next turn just bring out Diamond. So Diamond is fall back against this deck. I'm not really sure its full-on weaknesses, but I just went for it anyway because I had no better plays. This is where if you have another body, you could have easily made into Infinity, but I chose to go this route instead. Because Diamond is pretty solid. His effect is all the dark monsters don't get to play as long as I have a material attached. And then no card can be sent from deck to graveyard. Anything returning from graveyard to the hand is banished instead. And the Super Factorial Interruption. So pot, and I do have a Droll and Lock. I know I do. Droll and Lock activated. He kicked my tripod. He was so pissed off. Please, sir, I told him, do not kick my tripod. It cost me $10. He goes back into his deck. He's desperate now. What can he do? What can he play? Oh, he has Small World. What can you do with Small World, my friend? A lot of questions are being asked here, to which I say, hurry up and make your turn, sir. He Gamma Seals, of course. He Gamma Seals my hard work away. And now he gets to special summon his Diamond Chicken. I tell him go ahead and summon it, and this is where I go into my Super Factorial mode. This card is godly, and according to Kali Effect, wow, you live in my brain, rent-free, my friend. But I do not pay rent, I pay mortgage, because I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, I went into Super Factorial, the card that's apparently not that relevant. I detach 2, and I go ahead and I put the closest 2 cards together away. He gets mad because it's the one that he did not want to discard. I have an Omni Negate built in. Don't forget about that. And I think he ends his turn, for which I push for game. Solid win. I think, man, Matmech is cracked. For those of you guys that are not believers, I hope this is a true testament to what this deck is capable of. And the Matmech is him. Matmech is the engine. Just gonna stay quiet for a little bit. Do you know what's funny? Is that I was going to play against Kashtira, but the guy was X1 because he joined the tournament late. I was really looking forward to it. If you notice a pink sleeve going into my main deck, that's because that is very unorthodox, but I chose to pair this with my Dark Ruler No More and then slap on Trigger, because Trigger bounces everything back into the hands, which means a lot of extra deck monsters go back into their extra deck and their effects don't activate. It's like a unicorn on steroids. I wonder if you guys will see it in this duel how Trigger works. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So I think game 3 is really a grind. Takes you back to like Edison Yu-Gi-Oh! Because we're both full of interruptions and then full of bricky draws. Ugh, man, it is way past my bedtime. Anyway, a lot of shuffling going on. Thank goodness this is sped up to 2, because otherwise you guys will be here for about an hour. And like my neighbor said, nobody got time for that. So let's move on to game 3. Much anticipated. My balls are sweating, but I am ready to go. Special summon. Okay, he's popping off. He's ready. He's like, I am good to go. It's a cost to pitch. That's fine. And there goes his first synchro summon. What does he go for? He goes for Baron. Okay, right off the bat. He's not fucking around. Baron's on the field. Omni Negate. That's fine. I'm not sweating. And deck lockdown. Wow. Nice. He says I do not get to play. But do I sweat? No. I am ready. Okay? I am not depending on deck lockdown. Alright? Because I am a grown-ass man and I know how to play around it. So I try to bait him out. When I activate Impermanence. Does he respond? No, of course not. Why would he respond to Impermanence? Then I activate Evenly Matched. To which I'm surprised he pricked Baron, and I'm glad that he did because I did not have a follow-up to that afterwards. So Baron will disappear. Boop. And I want to see if I can play around. So I think I summon Altair and go Skybridge, just so I can have a graveyard presence. Can you imagine if he didn't have deck lockdown? This would have been game already. I have so many cards that could have popped off. Okay, Altair goes to the grave. And I just end on this because I said 1. I said 2, I think. Was it 1 or 2? I just said 1. So deck lockdown is on the first turn or second turn. I think he has one more turn after this. He is not drawing engine because his deck is now clogged with going second cards. Or going first cards. Going first cards, but I don't know. If I'm going first game 3, I don't have any cards necessarily that I side in. Because I feel like the deck is capable of doing its own thing. I have a Droll and Lockburn in hand and Kurakiro Divancarte. She's solid against this deck, but I mean, I'm just gonna be doing some poking around here. Yeah, not much going on here. I want to see how long this duel drags out, guys. This is like gonna be, if you're into like offense, this is not gonna be your kind of a match. This is more of a defensive battle. So the card that I have. He sets a card. The card that I have set. Okay, Constellar Satellarknights. My plays are now becoming to open up. So, 2 level 4s on the field. Moment of truth. What do I go into? Do I go into Caduceus? No. I do go into Caduceus because Lyran can pop cards onto the field now. Maybe I should have popped his back row, but I chose to go a different route. Come on, make up your mind. Go Caduceus, dude. That's the best play. Oh, no, I want... Oh, okay, yeah. I thought I'd rip a card out of his hand. So I go Battlemas. That way I can activate Constellar Satellarknights next turn, too. So Battlemas, you detach. Does he Imperm? Oh, he Ghost Ogres. I would have been screwed, except I have the 1-of. Because I am the master of drawing 1-of. Now here comes Trevor. Trevor recycles everything back from the field into the hands. And then the second effect would be detach and discard. It's a very strong card. I think this used to be the boss monster. I mean, I know it was. I used to play him all the time. Just non-targeting, bounce everything back, and Alteran comes back onto the field because of that effect of a Tellarknight being summoned. Originally she was brought up by the spell card, so that didn't count. So now I pick a crucial card, and I did hit a deck lockdown. I wish I hit something better, but it is what it is. I swing with Trevor, because that's the only card you can swing with, and now I slap. Do I put a Zeus on top? No, I can't bring a Zeus. I can put a diamond on top though. Again, not sure what diamond does, but I feel like it does the work. So he sets a card, and he passes turn. And I think this is where I can start playing, maybe? Yeah, because I have Constellar Satellarknights and then so on and so forth. And I think at this point it's already looking like game because he doesn't have another deck lockdown, which I thought he did, which kind of would have helped him because I wouldn't be able to do all this shenanigans. You detach. Oh yeah, you first recycle, detach, banish, special, and then don't forget to bring out Alteran, which pops a card on the field. Yep, you get another one, and then Alteran comes out. Boop, pop. It was Droll and Logbird. God, this guy opened horrible. But some days it be like that. And that ends up being game, guys. This put me at 3-0 at the time. Yeah, this put me at 3-0. Pretty solid matchup. I think that deck lockdown kind of hurt us both. He put it in his... I don't know what he was thinking, but I think the through the grind, the Satellarknights came out on top. Sometimes it's not always going to be a turbo deck, it's not always going to be an FTK deck. The important part is to prepare for the follow-up, and I think I handled that pretty well, and so did he. Much respect to the guy. He's a great friend of mine, and I look forward to more matchups later. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below if you are enjoying this type of content. I'll be more than happy to make more of it for you guys. Until then, have a good night, and I will see you later.